Okay.
There we go.
Greetings. Are we on?
Yep. We're good to go.
Okay. Okay. Up. There we go. Yay. So it counted down. I'm assuming we are on. That's right. Okay. Well, yeah, he gave me the thumbs up. So hello, everyone. Welcome to, I guess we're calling this the Todd Jaeger Experience. And I am Todd Quality Jaeger along with
Captain Cartoon.
Yeah. Okay. Hey there. Should I call you Captain or should I call you Jack or Captain Jack?
I didn't think that far ahead, honestly.
Okay. Well, we'll get it together. And I also want to start off right off the bat. If you hear a whooshing sound and my beard dancing, that's because I got a fan right on me. Where I am at in the Palm Springs, California area, it is right now 99 degrees outside. It should be much higher than that soon. So I've got to stay cool. And Chris will be popping in and out apparently. And I guess should we get things started right away or to discuss our feature film? Which is, now I didn't write down the director's name and all that info. I don't know if you have that handy. Is that important? Well, here's the thing. I saw on a video review of it on YouTube, someone mentioned the director's name and then chuckled as if all films by that director are of the same kind of ilk. So that should tell you something right there. Also, a heads up, this film is released by ITN Distribution. If you've ever been, well, I haven't seen them in Walmart lately, but if you've ever been to Walmart and you see a cover like this, the art is usually of the same type and it's from ITN, you've got a 50-50 chance of having some fun or none at all. And a bad thing about, and I've written to ITN, believe it or not, sometimes ITN was paired up with Uncorked. So you never knew if you were getting a partner release or that. But I will say, if ever they have a foreign film under the ITN label, you can bet you're not going to get the original language. It's going to be a dub that you can't stand. And welcome, Bill Weeden, the legendary. Bill, I am so delighted to have you here.
Oh, yeah.
Because Bill is he's legendary. I mean,
come on,
come on, Sergeant Kabuki Man.
As you would say, blush.
Blush, yeah, blush. And you are in the current Our Man Funk, which is still in production, basically post-production.
Which Jack co-wrote, as you know.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I figured Jack would jump in and claim that.
Yeah.
And
Jack is the one who originally thought of the idea, by the way, you know. He saw Still of Me and the Once and Future Smash and decided I would be a natural person to beat up punks at an airport.
Yeah, originally I wanted to see him beat up punks at an airport talking about the TV dinner, but we eventually got to Our Man Funk.
Yeah, right.
Well, I basically, oh goodness, folks, you can see my bare leg. That gives away the secret that Todd is not wearing pants.
Pants are optional on Todd Jaeger Experience.
But also, Bill and I are co-stars in Psycho Ape 2. I'm in one very brief scene, but let's just say it's memorable, right, Bill?
It's very memorable. Yeah. I'm wearing the T-shirt about it.
Oh, well.
Nice.
See the T-shirt I'm wearing? You know the
Nice
T-shirt.
one.
Yeah, sure. Jack
There
knows
you
all. Oh, and
I've got mine right here on display since I'm wearing my Astral Plane Drifter shirt.
Right.
But yes, sirloin and Dr. Zuma's cheesecake, man. Cheesecake, which I didn't have any prepared today. I'm sorry. People expect it. But no, it's a thrill to have you with us, Bill, because I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with you. Hopefully we'll get are we allowed to mention the possible upcoming ones?
No, don't go there yet, because we're not really publicizing them yet.
Yeah, well, that's why I asked.
Jack is totally involved with one of them. I mean, we're very much involved with getting it. We could mention Nursing Home Dracula, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to let you guys be the ones to mention it just in case, because I didn't want to, throw it out there and then have you go, oh wait, we're not ready yet. But,
yeah, Nursing Home Dracula, we're actually getting involved, but getting very involved with now. So that's
it's.
Go ahead.
We're ready.
Well, I still have yet to be contacted for my little voice bit for Iron Man Funk, so I'm excited for whenever that comes into play.
Yeah, right. He's working on he's still working on that movie.
Yeah, it was fun being on the Without Your Head podcast Thursday, because I got to be on there with AJ and Neil.
Oh,
and
that's right. Yeah,
it's always fun to interact with AJ. He's always so much fun.
AJ's awesome.
So I guess we, Bill, you have been fortunate or unfortunate, depending, not to have not seen this film Hook. I guess we should.
You previewed your attitude toward it, so I guess I.
Yeah, I mean,
have you seen it, Jack?
Oh yeah, I probably have a different view than Todd does on it.
Oh, no, that's good. No, here's the thing. I always give films the benefit of the doubt, whether they're incredibly awful. Because there have been a few films. Sorry, I keep doing this. The wind is tickling my mustache. So I always give films the benefit of the doubt. I know that I did a review for an anthology on Neil's thing, and I tried the best I could to say as many positive things I could, but of course there were a few negative, and one of the directors involved in the anthology was none too pleased. But everyone defended me, and honestly, I could not make a better film than even, well, I could say I can make a better film than some of the worst, but I'm not a filmmaker really, even though I have a short film that made it to Blu-ray. But it's just, there are some movies that I've turned them off after like 10 minutes. I would not go any further. But Hook,
you've made a lot of awesome videos though, Tom.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this film, I sat through the whole thing. I wanted to know where it was going, so that's a good sign.
This is Hook. You're talking about?
This is Hook.
Yeah.
And yes. Yes. Well, basically,
I was gonna say they didn't follow the normal.
No, I liked that they touched on the Peter Pan legacy.
So it's
there's a lot of movies right now because of the public domain happening, like with Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse and Cinderella and just all these others. They're making basically slashers out of them right now. I mean, Popeye is one of the latest.
Oh yeah, that's on
This
the list.
one, this one does not follow the Peter Pan story directly. Like Damian Diaz did an amazing film called Neverland that Will Wheaton is in, that does follow a modern retelling of Neverland. That's
Will Wheaton as opposed to Bill Weeden, right? Will Weeden.
Bill Weeden and Will Wheaton. You're right. We get them so confused.
Yeah, right.
But this one, I liked that they touched upon it, but didn't stick to it entirely. Some could say, well, that's a gimmick. They just threw in the names and didn't do anything else. But there's a little more going on. You have Wendy Darling, who married Peter Pan, and they have a daughter named Lily. You have Hook. Now, I can't recall, were their characters named Salt and Pepper in the original Peter Pan?
Is there a Smee?
There might be. They kept the cast minimal,
right?
But there was a Salt and Pepper, and I forget who the was there. Jamie, I think, was the other girl. But
and when
you know that
John and Peter and not Peter, John and maybe
they kept John, but then they kind of knocked him off.
Well, again, I don't know if this was intended to be through ITN. Boy, I sound like I'm really trashing them. Oh well, but it still was an interesting little thing thrown in there.
Right
now, I wish I would have put my. Oh yeah, also they involved pixie dust because the killer. What was his name? See, I did not put things in order because I was just scribbling as I went along. James, I guess.
Yeah, James Hook.
Yeah.
They kept the name from Once Upon a Time, I guess.
Okay. And James apparently got all messed up on pixie dust and went on a rampage, killing a bunch of people at a camp out, I guess, at this. You want to call it a cabin, or was it a manor? A manor in the woods. And so everybody basically died except for Wendy and Peter Pan. So they get married. Then suddenly it's 18 years later, and they are going. So Lily, the daughter, won't tell the parents where she's going for her. It was her birthday, right? Yeah, her birthday.
18th birthday, I think.
Yeah, and of course, James. Who I want to say this right off the bat. Here's one of the things. Did they use the same actor for the James in the past and the James in the present? Because they looked entirely different.
See, I don't know what the fuck happened to him from the past to the beginning either. Because, like, he was scarred in the beginning.
But then he got, I'm sorry, but he looked already, I don't want to say old. He already looked older in the beginning. And then 18 years later, he looks taller. His face seems a little bigger. I checked IMDb. It looks like they used two different actors. If I am not mistaken, someone can correct me. That was weird.
I wasn't paying that close of attention. I was thrown off kind of because they mangled him up in the future as opposed to like how he looked when he went to when they did the intro. He had dreads and he had
dreads. I know, which that was like white dreads, but yeah, it looks like he totally was a different actor. Like maybe they couldn't get the same actor. I don't know. That was one thing that was stuck with me and it kept distracting me. Also, at one point, after he's doing all the slashing in the later years, what's with the rain slick that he's wearing? Because that's way too, I know what you did last summer. And
see, that's what I thought. I thought they were just pushing that story because of the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. I was like, well.
it was weird because he just, for the first part of the slashing 18 years later, he's not wearing his rain slick and he's just showing his scarred face and he's just being himself. But then without warning, he suddenly, where did he get the rain slick? He's got a rain slick on. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, here's a note that says brush the dust off the table. I don't know what that is now. I need to be more prepared. Yeah, brush the dust off the table. I'll have to, well, I don't really want to watch it again, but I'll have to figure out what that is. Basically, for instance, in the beginning too, when she stabs him, there's one thing I know some would say, well, then Todd, the movie is over. But if you're going to stab somebody or bash him in the head, finish the job. Don't stab or hit and then go, ooh, and run away because you know the killer's going to get up again. And I guess that's the whole point because you have to keep the movie going. I will. Okay. What I did, a couple things I liked. Nice scenery. And you could tell they had some professionalism, in making it. It looked good. Even though you could tell it was shot on the, who knows what digital they used for this. But what I liked, that not all of them were assholes. Usually with these films, everyone's an asshole, kill them right away. I don't care. I will say it's, for instance, I had a discussion with a customer at work last night, Rob Zombie's Halloween. And yeah, the woman rolled her eyes. I said, Michael Myers was a product of an abusive white trash family. He became a psychopath. Apparently Zombie wanted him to be like an Ed Gein or something. And everyone was hateful. Laurie Strode was even a total bitch. And it was like, kill them all. I'm done. So just, I would say Jamie was, depending, she was kind of an asshole, but Salt and Pepper, the token lesbians. Yeah, Bill's face is frozen like, oh. No, I was worried that this film was gonna well, let's do what I'm going to go there. The Friday the 13th sequels, get the gals topless to distract you from the fact that they're not really scary. But they didn't do that.
No, there was no nudity whatsoever.
Maybe the actresses were not even, willing to do that. But the thing is, getting them to kiss and make out and get all sexy, that's like, okay, I know what's going on here. It's a distraction, and it really didn't have much to do with the story itself, but they sure gave them plenty of screen time to do that. So if you like seeing two gals making out in a hot tub or a sauna, this one's for you. Yeah, I already touched on why did the killer turn from an old man to a hunk with nice hair. That was kind of weird. He looked skinny and then he became a bit more built. I guess you can do that. He probably went to the gym. How did the killer know where the parents lived? Well, that is your ferret, isn't it?
Oh, my house sparrow, yeah.
Well, Bill, did you know Jack had a ferret?
I knew he had. I didn't know about a ferret.
No, it's a house sparrow.
Oh,
a birdie.
I
thought you said ferret last time. Yeah, it's
a little birdie that flies around.
Oh, a bird. I thought you said ferret last time. Forgive me. I've only seen the tail.
Oh.
What was that pet you used to have, or do you still have that pet?
I have a house sparrow and a bearded dragon.
A what dragon?
Bearded dragon.
Bearded.
A bearded dragon, and his name is what?
Fred.
Fred, right? Fred. I remember Fred. I haven't seen Fred in a long time.
Oh yeah. He used to show up to the R-Man Punk meetings.
Yeah, he was there all
That's so cool. I miss out on all the good stuff, man.
I like Fred. He's still there though, right?
Oh yeah, he just chose in the living room. New location.
It's fun that the bird likes to flutter around your camera for some reason.
Oh yeah, she shows up to every meeting. She
so cool, like a cat.
She's
like a cat would do that.
You keep her in a cage?
She stays in the cage at night when she goes to bed, but during the day, because she's a sparrow, I just let her fly around.
The only pet I currently have is Pickle Rick. Well, Pickle Rick or Buddy Christ.
Sparrow, honey. Jack it's Sparrow. I'm telling Dolores, you got a pet.
Oh, hey, Dolores.
Oh, hey, Dolores.
The loverly Dolores. There she is. Hey, good to see you.
Hi.
Oh, long time no see.
Oh, wow. She brought me a smoothie. Wow.
Ooh.
Nice.
My smoothie is in a little container. So, anyways, so my question is, how did Hook know where the parents lived?
I have no idea.
They don't. Also, how did he know Lily's cell phone number?
The remote for them.
It's like
those are good questions.
Unless it's something they edited out, I was kind of sitting there going, how did he know her number? Again, moves the plot along, but I'm sorry. Sometimes I want a little bit better than just throw it in there. Nobody will pay attention.
Yeah.
Why did, there's our lovely artwork. Why did the gal putting together the whole birthday bash invite the bad girls? They didn't none of them seemed to get along with Salt and Pepper very well. And the other girl, I think her name was Jamie. They didn't seem to like each other. So it reminded me of the Australian film Sissy. I don't know if you've saw that one, where why would the girl hosting the thing invite others? And then obviously she didn't know Sissy was being invited, but it's still questions left unanswered that I guess moves the plot along.
They didn't really she was only friends with the one girl that I thought.
Yeah.
She wasn't even friends with Jamie. Jamie was just there.
And Salt and Pepper, I would never ever invite them to anything. No. They were just
Todd, are you really asking for logic in this kind of movie?
Yeah, you see? That's what I love. Ooh, I can do a Brady Bunch thing. I can look down and go, yes, Bill. You're here to make sure I remember these things. Thank you. But let's see here. Oh, continuity. When she told the two gals, Salt and Pepper, to go get something, and you saw them run away and they turned a corner to the left. Later, when they were being chased or something, they used the exact same moment. It was the same scene again of them running around the corner. It was way too noticeable. James got to the manor way too fast. It was like 5 minutes later, he was from where the parents lived all the way to the manor. He seemed to know where they were. I don't know, did he use a ping or something? But he knew where they were, like all the killers do.
The parents didn't even know where they were.
He GPS'd it, right?
It's what?
He GPS'd it.
I guess, because he turned up, and some would say, Todd, it's a silly little movie. You shouldn't worry about things like this. I'm sorry, I do. They just throw stuff in there because they can't explain it. Ooh, that was Gus, right?
That's Gus.
That's Gus. I love it.
Yeah.
And
Gus howling at somebody coming into the driveway.
Oh, well, also James, or let's call him Hook, that bloody stump of his, or scarred stump, was not very good looking. It was obviously like maybe they made it. I want to say it looked like a plastic thing that you put your hand in and hold on to, because it was a little.
We don't even know what the hell he did to his hand. Like, we saw him get his hand chopped off, but
right?
Like, we're left in the dark of like how he got mangled and what did he jam a hole? I'm thinking into there.
I think maybe it was a longer movie and they just chopped bits out. And then, it's like he didn't seem to have a car. So how he got to the manor from like where the parents were or something, it just, because the parents didn't know where the daughter was. And apparently the girls took a very long drive to get to the manor. So how he got there in 5 minutes, I don't know. It just, the whole thing. And then I guess I got here, the blood is whenever somebody gets slashed, and a lot of it is off camera. Because like, for instance, somebody, like if they have a chainsaw or something, it'll be below the camera and there's blood. And it's a very thin orange, watery blood. I mean, I've been cut and blood drip, and it's a dark red, and it's not thin, but it maybe runs, but it's slow. This was like water, and it looked orange. And why go after Lily instead of Wendy? Well, they kind of answered that a little bit later. I guess he said he wanted to go after Lily to pay back Wendy, but the thing is, he loved Wendy, so why would he hurt? Even though he found out, like, can we do spoilers here?
Yeah,
Lily's.
Just saying, we're doing spoilers.
Okay,
I have to answer a phone call now. So,
well, you do that, and feel free to come back in at any point. We love you, Bill.
How do I get out?
Well, no, the bottom of your screen, it'll say, yeah, there he goes. Hey, folks. Yeah, Bill Weeden. I'm so honored to be his co-star. But the thing was, he did find out Lily's relationship.
What news?
Oh. This makes it fun. And to any of my high school graduation friends, I'll say Oakville, tuning in, this is the first one I've done, or we've done. This is really Jack's creation. So we're just having a little fun here. We've got little outtakes, if you want to call them. Directed by Andrea M. Catalanella. So it just, I honestly felt the whole thing was a bit listless. It didn't have a punch to it. Things just kind of happened.
Yeah.
It's I'm still looking at Brush the Dust Off the Table. There's a mystery for anyone who wants to watch Hook. Look for what I'm talking about, because I've totally forgotten. I thought when I write these down, like when I do reviews for Neil and I'm taking notes as I'm watching, I then later on go, what was that? So,
would he not clean the table off when he was snorting the pixie dust, or trying to get the mom? And
it had something to do with that, and I can't. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. Now I know what it was. When he put lines of pixie dust in front of Wendy and Lily, and he was saying, sniff it, or whatever. And then he like turned away for some reason. Why was he facing the camera? He was being distracted or in front of the camera. Lily and Wendy could have just went and blew it away, because there was only so much pixie dust, and he was pissed.
Oh yeah, because he goes, he's like, oh, Peter's out there, and he just runs out the.
Yeah, well, they could have just blew the pixie dust away, but then that would have spoiled later when they come out of the house going, woo, that pixie dust was something. So I guess they had to keep it there on the table. But hey, I'm going to say it. As with any of these ITN delicacies, I was entertained. I stayed through the whole thing. I wanted to know where it was going, especially with the connection with the Wendy thing, if they elaborated on it. But overall, it was dumb. Dumb fun. Because you apparently liked it a little more than I did, or have more.
Well, see, it was like I felt it was like there's a constant need for the original horror movies to be brought back out, like with Friday the 13th.
Yeah. It's been done a million times. The whole plot of this movie was,
Oh yeah. That's where I was like, I felt that they saw the need for the I Know What You're Gonna Do last summer, and was like, yeah, we'll start it off with Peter Pan, but then we're going to that.
And I wonder too.
They didn't even like. There's, unless you're familiar with Peter Pan to begin with, you wouldn't even thought this had anything to do with Peter Pan.
Yeah, I really, really highly recommend. I wish I was thinking of it yesterday, and I should have pulled the DVD. But for me to go get it right now, it would take about 5 minutes, which I'm not going to do. But I highly recommend everyone looking up Damien Dietz's Neverland. It's from at least 15 years ago or something. Damien Dietz is a very, very interesting filmmaker in the LGBTQ realm. He did, I can't remember the name of the last one he did, but he's famous for a trauma-released film. And pardon my French, but it is the title, and it has Will Weeden in as well. They must be friends. A movie called Fag Hag.
No, I'm not in it.
Yeah, it was a no, you're not. It was a trauma-released film, and so there's
not a movie called Fag Hag.
No, but it's all within this realm, because actually that film is fun. It's no budget, and of course Trauma loves that, so it's a good film. It really is, and I love Will Wheaton. I'll watch him in anything. He's brilliant in Rent-A-Pal. That movie is amazing. But so I will recommend people watch Fag Hag, and definitely Neverland. Those Neverland is not the same thing as Hook at all, but you'll love the character of Captain Hook in Neverland. He's played by a leather daddy.
Yeah.
There you go. There's Fag Hag. We can get away with that on here because it is the actual film, and Damien Dietz is in the LGBTQ community, so we're allowing it. And Neverland is amazing, so I recommend both films. They're completely different. That's what I like about his movies too. He doesn't really do the same thing twice. So Hook, yeah, I mean,
that was good.
Yeah, but
what was in
like I said, I was entertained nonetheless. I've got a lot of ITN movies that I wonder, why did I buy them? Well, because they were cheap. They were sitting there on the shelf at Walmart, which, by the way, I'm saying Walmart a lot. I'm not trying to endorse them. I'm just saying the only place in town, I'm in the Coachella Valley, to buy movies in store is either Walmart or Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble charges full retail, so it's going to be more expensive there. And maybe if you go to a thrift store, but that's it. And so, I was in the mood for another movie, and I saw it there, and it was cheap, and I thought, okay, I'll try it. Sometimes I'll go on IMDb and see what people say, but overall it was dumb. Oh, yay! I love that shirt, man. By the way, everyone, so this shirt that Bill is displaying, and I also have, is from Psycho Ape 2, The Wrath of Kong. And it's designed by Neil Jones, who does the Without Your Head horror podcast and the In Your Head wrestling podcast. And he designed that. Bill, on the last podcast I was on with Neil last week, he did say that that shirt is still a bestseller.
Really?
Yes. Wow. However, the best-selling shirt...
It can't compare with the sales of Hippie Dick, right?
Hippie Dick is the bestseller for, I swear, it's been 3 years.
Nice.
3 years. And if you folks want your own Sirloin and Dr. Zuma shirt or a Hippie Dick shirt, you can go to tpublic.com, type in, I don't know if it's one word or three, Without Your Head, and he's got, hundreds of designs, and you'll find this one kind of near the beginning of it, as well as the Dr. Zumas shirt. It's, that's
a new design for the Hippie Dick shirt, right?
No, this is just one of the different colors. I've got like 5. This is tie-dye. And I've got a blue, I've got a green, I've got black, I've got orange. But I will say, for the Dr. Zumas and Sirloin shirt, do not get the tie-dye for that, because the cheesecake bit and stuff at the bottom, you can't really see it because of all the colors.
Right. You want the black.
This is perfect. And a little history for those watching. Oh, look at that. And it moves. That is Sirloin, which is me, with my leather strap. And it's part of Dr. Zumas's dream in Psycho Ape 2. And as you can see from the red cheeks there on Dr. Zumas, something happens involving the leather strap. We'll just say that because you got to watch Psycho Ape 2. It helps to watch Psycho Ape.
You can probably figure it out.
Yeah. Well, they say that you don't have to watch Psycho Ape in order to understand or enjoy Psycho Ape 2, but I say watch Psycho Ape because then you'll kind of get what's going on with Psycho Ape 2, even though it's confusing still, and they explain it all at the end. So,
Psycho Ape 2 and Psycho Ape are both streaming on Night Flight Plus.
You know, when you guys mentioned Night Flight, I thought, oh my God, is USA doing that again? But it's a streaming thing, right? No, yeah, okay. Well, no, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm very proud to have been in this. We might as well boast that Chris from the Horror Homeschool in the UK. I was shocked when you told me to listen to the podcast. I mean, of anything in the film, and there's lots of fun little random weird things. I love when something's random, but when Chris mentioned our scene as his favorite in the entire, what the fuck is Night Flight? Okay, Night Flight used to be a program that USA Network ran like on Friday and Saturday nights or something, late at night, all night long. They showed horror movies, all kind music videos and stuff. Well, the movies were censored a little bit, obviously, but Night Flight was a staple. I didn't have cable then, so I never got to watch it. I think they brought it to a syndicated thing as well, but Night Flight is now streaming, which allows it to show more content. And I believe, I'm guessing Psycho Ape 2 is uncensored on Night Flight, because I know they wanted to. Yeah, so I'm assuming since it's streaming, they just put a mature warning on it or something. But yeah, that's what Night Flight is, and I'm glad they brought it back because it was an important part of our past and history. And I don't know if USA still has anything to do with it, but there you go. And again, you can get your shirts. And also, these are on coffee mugs, buttons, tote bags. You can get notebooks, whatever you want. They'll put that on it. And there's always a sale. Sometimes these shirts are going for $16, unless you get, this is a 3X. Oh, no, 2X. So they go up like $1 or $2 then. But yeah, wear them, confound people with them. because I know people that said they've worn them at the gym or at conventions, and people come up to them and are like, what is that? When I was at the Once and Future LA premiere, where I got to see Bill and everyone, I was wearing this in an orange shirt, and Mark Torgel, the original Toxic Avenger, was pointing at me with his friend, and wanted to know all about it. So
Hell yeah.
it's based, I'll say this much, it is based on a photo a photographer did of me in 2013. He wanted to do a series of photos that sort of paid homage and also satirized 1970s Playgirl layouts, where they would be on shag rugs or fuzzy furniture and holding wine glasses. So I was holding a champagne bottle, and I had two glasses. And Neil saw, well, the cropped version of the photo, and wonder if is Night Flight Plus. That would be good if they expanded. Yeah. So basically, Neil saw like that much of me in the photo, and Hippie Dick is the name of a countercultural porn magazine that my friend Gene Barnes, who was in the Coquettes and did stuff for Bear Magazine, and he had a magazine called Hippie Dick. There were only 6 issues because he passed away as the 6th issue was ready. And I was in issue number 4 twice, and then I was on the cover of issue 6. So Neil thought, what a great combo. Hippie Dick, and that looks like a barbell, but it's actually a champagne glass, and that looks like a water bottle, but it's actually a champagne bottle. So get your Hippie Dick today. Wow.
Nice.
So Hook, I mean, come on, this is your show too. So you tell me overall what you.
Well, I was a bit confused that they took Pan almost completely out of it. I mean, he's still there, but
yeah, he's
they
the dad.
The main, just everything you're used to with established with Peter Pan, just completely out. Just like we're not.
Well, you know, they did that with the Ugly Stepsister, which I loved. It was from the point of view of one stepsister. I know usually they have 3. Is it 3 stepsisters in Cinderella? And an Ugly Stepsister, there were 2.
And 2
and
in Cinderella. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And also in the Ugly Stepsister, the younger stepsister was actually nice. She was a good girl. With the ugly one, at first you felt sorry for her, and then you realized, oh, this one's got issues. But it was from her point of view, which totally had me kind of like trying to adapt to that at first. I didn't get it, because when it said the Ugly Stepsister, I thought they were referring to Cinderella until I watched the movie. But this one, yeah, it took a moment. There I am with I got the fan blowing right on me, guys. So so I would say, like I said, for me, I was entertained, but it's not that I would really watch it again, and I really wouldn't say that it was good, but I was entertained. So
it's a good middle ground. I mean, if you like the full-blown I Know What You Did Last Summer genre, it fits right in. But like if that's not quite your thing, then you probably go.
And even though it's not a cheap shot on video thing, for people who loved like the Visual Vengeance label and labels like Culture Shock and stuff, they put out these basically shot on video creations, and they're like, oh my God, Scream Queen with Linnea Quigley. I did a review of that for Neil, and oh my God, that movie was bad, but I laughed and I enjoyed it because it was a good bad. It was just, but I don't know, this one, I don't want to say it's a good bad. I was entertained, and sometimes I want to sit through something. I want something that's all kind of a waste of time, but I'm still going to be entertained.
Yeah.
There we go.
I used to have a perfect movie for that. It's called Breakfast of Champions, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I
Now,
can watch.
were there more than one version of that? Because I know that Breakfast of Champions was a Kurt Vonnegut novel, wasn't it?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, but this wasn't that.
No, it's the one with Bruce Willis. He runs a used car dealership, and then his life just completely goes out the window.
And like speaking of, some would say like Hudson Hawk was a bad movie, but I had a blast with that.
Oh, I love Todd. If you love Hudson Hawk, you'll love Breakfast of Champions.
Okay, see, because that's what I have not seen, and now I got something to look forward to. I don't know if it would be on some of the streamings I have. I only have a bunch of free streaming channels that just came with my Spectrum Zumo thing. But
see, I dropped all my stuff. I've only got Peacock on the cheap end.
I got Peacock for free. I want to say Paramount Plus. A lot of people who are paying for Paramount Plus are apparently ditching it because what the company did to Stephen Colbert recently. And because that was all political. We all know it, even though Colbert won't say it polite. He was polite on the air, but we all know what's going on. I don't really have much I watch on Paramount Plus, but I also have AMC Plus for free. I have Disney Plus, but I don't watch anything on Disney. So I have a lot of stuff for free now. And but the one that I've been paying attention to, there's stuff on Peacock. There's some things on HBO Max Basic that I'll watch. But now that I have Shudder, IFC, I'm like digging through that, man, because
Shudder's good. Shudder's got Creep Show. Shudder's got Amusement Park.
The Creep Tapes, which they just, even though I already saw it on Shudder, they just released The Rule of Jenny Penn on Blu-ray and DVD. I'm gonna say it, and Troy Jones did a drawing of me saying this. Walmart only had the DVD. I have called Walmart and complained and said, look, for Shudder and IFC releases, you need to stock the Blu-rays. That's what people will buy first, but they only carry the DVDs. And I love Diabolic DVD, but I can't keep buying things online. So the Creep Tapes and Rule of Jenny Penn and Ash, they're all on Blu-ray, and I can't. So if say Ash turns up on DVD at Walmart, I'll get the DVD, because some of these movies you don't really need to worry about extreme high definition. So is that all for Hook? Because
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was like you said, it was decent enough to sit down, and if you want to watch one of those types of movies, then yeah, you're good for one of those types of movies.
Yeah, it's like, well, I got other movies I haven't watched, but nah, let's just do this because my expectations aren't so big right now. So you get yourself some Doritos and a beverage or something, and you just kind of watch it, and it doesn't hurt your brain too much. You don't have to. And I like a movie that makes me think. Like I thought Bring Her Back recently, besides being what it was, it made you think a lot. And I like that. I know a lot of people are into the Terrifier stuff now, where honestly there's no plot. It's just wash, rinse, repeat, kill, kill, kill. Yeah, and he'll go, ooh, like, did I do that? And then and after a while, especially when they're always over 2 hours, and nothing against the director. And I know people who know him personally, and he's a great guy. I just don't. When I was a kid, I would have thought that was fun. But to me, it just seems like we got all this Indiegogo or Kickstarter money. We can make all these creative kills. Now let's thread a story through it. And they say they're going to explain his origins in the one coming out for Christmas.
They kind of, in a way, explained how he came about in 2, but it's still.
I didn't watch 3. I
haven't watched 3 yet either.
I kept doing this with my watch, which I'm not wearing, during part 2. I just, and by the way, did you see the trailer for Circus of the Dead 2?
No.
Okay, Circus of the Dead with Bill Oberst Jr. He plays Papa Corn. That one's a disturbing movie. And yeah, there's kills and stuff, but there's a little interesting, I don't want to say mythology going on there, but it's fun. Circus of the Dead 2, in the trailer, the camera pans up the back and you're like starting to recognize the clothing and you notice it's the back of Art the Clown's head.
Yeah.
And they say, well, yeah, well, like, fuck that clown. And Papa Corn shoots him. It's great. I like, yeah. So, I'm just not into the kill for kill's sake stuff. If you're going to have a lot of gore, like, you know, Dawn of the Dead or even In a Violent Nature, although some would say that had no plot. I like to kind of be engaged and think a little bit instead of just sitting back there going, spoon feed me the gore. Terrifier 3 is why Colbert got canceled. I believe that, Night Beast. I like your logic. I think you're wise. The bird agrees. That's great. That's why Stephen Colbert got killed. Canceled. Same thing. But anyway, so folks, I'm gonna do this. I'm sure you're all wondering, what is that t-shirt Todd is wearing? Astral Plane Drifter is a film, I want to say, by Mike Caravella, even though Jay Sloan directed it, John Sloan. And it is a sci-fi Western kung fu stoner comedy. And I have 2 roles in it. They are brief, but my second role is extremely important. Thank you. There it is. Thank you, Chris. Chris is off camera doing all the work, and thank you for still being there. Oh, yeah. And it's just an amazing film. It won 4 Best Feature awards, a Best Director award, and one other award that Mike has to tell me what it was. And it played in Long Beach, California last night to a nice crowd. I saw it in Glendale, Los Angeles, and Redlands and Yucca Valley. And it was always a great receptive crowd. And the LA film critic that was sitting next to me in the Glendale showing was laughing through the whole thing. So that's a good sign. Go to astralplanedrifter.com. There's a trailer, there's merchandise, there's listings of screenings. So check and see if it's coming to your town. It's coming to Florida and Ohio and Dobbs Ferry, New York on August 2nd. And below that, there are like lots of photos from screenings. You'll see me posing in front of the banner, stuff like that. Check it out. The movie, I am so proud of it. And Mike told me, now this is Astral Plane Drifter of a planned trilogy. And Mike has already said to me, I can't wait to tell you what you're going to be doing in the next one, but he won't tell me. And I accept that. I'm excited for the possibilities. So here is also and like when you go see it, you can pick up one of these Astral Plane Drifter poster. I'm going to get this thing framed. I never really frame. I have a bunch of one sheets from the 70s, but to frame all those would be astronomical. But this one is going to get framed. There's not even a dent or a crease in it. Nice and thing. There we go. Is it coming to Scranton? It's God. Let's see here. I'll tell you what. Go to astralplanedrifter.com. Check the listings because I know that it's going to be about an hour away or less than an hour away from Cincinnati. I have a friend in Cincinnati, and he told me it's about an hour away from where he is. And yeah, if by all means, if you get a chance, if it's screening somewhere, we would be hoping for a theatrical distribution, but you know, he's taking it on tour, kind of Hundreds of Beavers style. And he might later this year, at the end of the year, go to conventions and maybe have a Blu-ray, but it won't, like, they want something more official later. I keep badgering boutique labels like Vinegar Syndrome for their partner labels, or even Severin, or even Scream Team, somebody to give this a nice edition with a slip cover and everything. That would be grand. So either check with me, Todd Jaeger. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Vimeo. And yay! Thank you, Night Beast. And, you can contact me, or you can contact Mike Caravella, especially through the Astral Plane Drifter website. He'd be more than delighted to fill you in, because we want this movie to be a success, because everyone already loves it. I can guarantee nobody hates it yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's no Hook. So before I get into some of these others, do you have any news for us?
Yeah. Well, on the Monster Fam end, we do weekly watch-alongs once a week. There's a few of them, actually. We do one.
I have yet to do that. Really?
Okay. Early in the afternoon, our good friend Hazy does one, usually.
And these would be Eastern time, basically, when you say early afternoon. Okay. Because I'm Pacific.
And then about late night, Ward's Dirty Basement runs pretty much all night Saturday night, or Friday night into Saturday morning.
I'm going to have to join in. I usually, those are times I'm usually, like, especially, like I said, if I get home late from work, I don't really settle in until much later. So I may have missed a lot of that, but I'm definitely joining in at some point. So, and of course,
Frank runs Sleazy Mondays, which are usually Monday evenings.
If it's a quality sleazy, I'm there.
Oh yeah.
You know me. You know me. But, and then of course, you are also involved with you were involved with Psycho 8 too, right?
I helped with the campaign. I wasn't involved with the movie.
But you're more involved with the other ones, like Our Man Funk.
Me and our good friend Frank co-wrote Our Man Funk with Bill.
And for those folks out there, Our Man Funk is in post-production. It's now, I know Lloyd Kaufman from Trauma was involved, so it's not exactly a Trauma release, right? He just was involved.
He had
as a producer too.
Actually,
he had a cameo, but wasn't he a producer?
He may have
thrown some
signed up for the perk online. I wasn't exactly sure. I know our AJ Cutler directed it.
Yes, good old cousin AJ. Here's Psycho 8 too. Like I'm holding it.
Neil Jones was heavily involved. Producer-wise, I think.
Neil, I want to shout out to Neil. I'm so grateful to Neil and Annabelle Lecter, who used to be a part of the show. They sort of welcomed me with open arms and invited, and Neil and Annabelle loved my, if any of you have seen my Vimeo videos, you know that I love the absurd and the surreal, and I'm way out there. And they embraced that. And so Annabelle suggested I do film reviews. So I do the Todd Sampler. If you look for the Todd Sampler on YouTube or Google it, it's through Neil's Without Your Head Horror podcast. I've done I don't know, over 25 of them so far. I'm working on a review for Parvalos, Isaac Esbon's amazing new film. It's just that when I do a review, instead of me just sitting here talking about a movie for about 10 minutes, I turn it into a variety show.
Nice.
I do. As I warned people on Neil's show on Thursday, I've come up with this little ditty called Fancy Crackers in My Pants. And I'm going to involve that in the review for Parvolo, so that gives people something to look out for.
Nice.
But other than our man Pong, what? Go ahead.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Okay, well, and you're, like I said, we're sort of, Bill and you guys are keeping the lid on a few other things, but he mentioned Nursing Home Dracula, and
oh yeah, that's that you can buy the book on Amazon already.
oh, okay. Well, I'm hoping, because Bill really wants me to be there, but it all depends. I can't save any money to travel,
Well,
that and stuff.
we're
So we'll see how it all works out, but I really am excited to be a part of it.
well, see, the Nursing Home Dracula is going to be a crazy fun ride.
Yeah, oh, no, it's just a little sing along down on the bottom there.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, AJ. So, and apparently Michael Epstein, co-director of Once and Future Smash, is involved.
Oh yeah, we've got some good names already attached to Nursing Home Dracula.
Yeah, everybody read those little things. But I'm just excited because for something that just was thrown out there, people kind of want to jump aboard. That's a good sign when people want to do that. It's like I know Neil is not going to start shooting Arbor Day until like next spring or something. My scene, Neil said he might have something else for me in the movie. I'm hoping he does because I love to do more. But my scene for Arbor Day was shot first. I mean, right when Neil announced it and said, "Would you like to do this thing?" I was like, "I'm there." And I had a friend with a nice 4K camera, and we shot my scene right away. And it was the first thing Neil got, and he loved fixing around with it. So
yeah,
definitely.
I can't wait to see that one either.
Oh, it's going to be fun because he's doing puppets and everything for it. But even if it shines in its low budgetness, it's going to have spirit. I can tell. And with everybody that's jumping aboard, filmmaking wise, especially like AJ. Well, is AJ involved with Arbor Day? I'm sure he is.
I'm sure somehow he is. Because I've seen a picture of him getting eaten by a tree.
And Neil has announced people that are beginning it, so I can say people like Mark Torgel and who's the action guy from India? Oh my gosh, the name's on the tip of my tongue. He does a quick little bit in it too. It's just everybody's going to be in it, and it's going to be fun. I guess the other thing I'll mention is, I guess since my name's on the show, I'll go ahead and talk some more. I have been very honored to be involved with, and I'm sure there are some people out there who know of this man, the legendary Domiziano Cristoforo. He's from Italy. He lives and shoots a lot of his movies in Gran Canaria. And he's currently doing some performance art. He sings like opera. He can sing anything. He can dance. He can act. He does everything. And he's done some films. Oh, the other one's in the bag, damn it. But the first one he asked me to do was, okay, Todd, I fucked up. It's in my bag, but I highly recommend people look up El Dorado. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you got any news, keep going. I'm going to go grab El Dorado.
Yeah,
I'll be right back. Okay.
We're currently hammering out comics too. We're hot and heavy working on a Nursing Home Dracula comic. I'm gonna be designing shirts for Redbubble too. A couple of my book series I'd like to get more traction on.
Where did they go? My headphones. Did you miss me?
Yeah. think you muted your mic. There we go. No, still muted. Oh shit. You're did you like mute it on the button? Maybe?
There we go.
There we go.
Right? No?
Yep. Yeah. It's
okay. Somehow there's a gremlin. My mute button on the bottom of the screen was, I did not click on it. Oh, I guess when you unplug, it automatically mutes. You know, okay. Sorry about that. That would have been horrible if I wouldn't have had audio for the rest of the show, but so all good now. Thank you. Thank you, Ward. Thanks for the input, everybody, because sometimes, you know, got to let us know what's happening if something's going on. So El Dorado from Domiziano Cristoforo, this one best feature at the Golden Wheat Film Festival in 2023. It's if you love Alejandro Jodorowsky, if you're a Holy Mountain fan, Santa Sangre, El Topo, those kind of films. This is like an acid trip or LSD trip, whichever you prefer. I am the voice of this guy right here. And whenever he narrates through the film, you can go on YouTube and look up El Dorado official teaser. And Domiziano's name will be on it. It's not the animated film El Dorado. So, yeah, it's not that. That one doesn't have nudity. This one does. But I will say you can't find it on streaming. The only way you can find this film, if you're up for it, is at store.unusualhorror.com. I know that it's a 2-disc. It has been on sale for $14 right now. It is a DVD. It's not a Blu-ray. However, being that it's coming from Europe and it's all region, so you don't have to worry. With our current situation with tariffs and all that kind of stuff, the shipping is $18. So the shipping is more than the disc is right now. But if you really want to treat something that'll kind of mess with your head, plus you get to hear my loverly voice. There's El Dorado. I also did where is it? I left that one over there, but he also did one that won the best feature for Andromeda Film Festival called What Have You Done, Daniel? It's the prequel to American Guinea Pig Sacrifice. And I voiced over the iconic director-actor Frank LaLaggia. He did Lady in White and the classic Fear No Evil. And for some reason, I did his voice in the movie. And Frank approved. He's now a friend of mine. So thank you, Frank LaLaggia. I am honored to have a connection with you. Of course, Psycho 8 too, everybody. Get your Psycho 8. If anyone is familiar with Sam Mason Bell in the UK, he makes a lot of interesting little films, mostly of the horror genre. But he did one called Senseless that maybe it is an acquired taste, but it's mostly a guy wandering through the woods at night, lost, and voices and hallucinations and things. I am one of the ghostly voices in this film, and it's a head trip. So it is not for everybody. I can understand that. Coming soon, Domiziano announced it, but he hasn't given a date yet. His 2015 film, of which this is the DVD, The Transparent Woman, with Roberta Gemma. For those in the know, you know who she is, an Italian actress. He's done a director's cut. Thank you, Night Beast. Thanks for joining in. But said she'll make me chicken fingers. Okay. So this one, he's revamping it. He's doing a director's cut. And I am to do the voice of the husband. I did the voice of the husband for the whole movie. And I told Domiziano the actor is too handsome for my voice. He's just way too handsome. But Domiziano said, no, it's perfect. You're great. But I'm thrilled that I will be through the entire film for that. Also, if you're a fan of cheesy anthologies, there's 4 Halloween. Let's get another idea of what it looks like. And speaking of cheesy, the connecting storyline has to do with Deadly Pizza. But I voiced 2 characters in this one. So these are for people if you're interested in what I do. If you don't care, then you can take a bathroom break. What started it all? Well, I did like a local commercial for a record store back in the 80s in St. Louis. But after that, let's just say in 2000, I was part of an adult feature. You guys can dig that one up and, Google. And after that, Jamie Robert McDougall, during the pandemic, put together Toilet Zombie Baby Strikes Back. And no, it's not a sequel. The title does explain well what it is. But this one, all the actors shot their own scenes because it was during the pandemic. And it gives the movie an interesting quality because it's varying degrees of video. And it's all widescreen, but it gives it a flavor, like each segment has its own personality because of the thing. And of course, you got some stars like Eric Anthony Russo, Mike Ferguson, who's a huge action star now in the Protos experiment, which is being really promoted. He's in it. I don't know. Yeah, that's Mike Ferguson. Oh, that's Michael Olceterreno. For those who follow him, he's a wrestler and preacher and star. And there's me. So yeah, Toilet Zombie Baby Strikes Back. I do recommend that you stay till the credits are over because I have a little surprise for everyone after the credits. Domiziano Christopher. Oh, by the way, Frank LaLoggia, Fear No Evil and Lady in White. There you go. I recommend those. And all right. Domiziano and John Devlin had I think 11 different directors. And these are 2 different editions of Fallacies. I did that real quick. An anthology featuring the phallus, and it's all horror stories surrounding the phallus. And I have voice work in that as well as in the documentary that's on the disc. I will say another Frank LaLoggia, he's the main star. Domiziano, Nightmare Symphony. It is a sort of a revamp of Lucio Fulci's Cat in the Brain, which Ward also has done adult entertainment. Ooh. Yeah, I don't. I'm definitely getting fish fingers. I love these little. This makes life great when you got little, like in Mad Magazine or Cracked, when you had the little cartoons around the edges. Keep it up, folks. No, you're welcome. I think this is great. It gives flavor. But I hated Cat in the Brain because he just recycled bits from other movies of his and got as many bits of women getting naked as possible. You Google it. Oh, okay. What's the name we should Google? Okay. But no, I love this. But yeah, Cat in the Brain. Some people cling to it, I guess they want to feel important and Google him. I'll be doing that. So Cat in the Brain. Oh, this was a wonderful media book from Tetro. And it is it says all region, but it's still a PAL disc, not NTSC. So it's not really all region when you have to have a. So I have an all region player, so that's why I can show it. But, Nightmare Symphony is great. Frank LaLoggia is amazing in it. He and Domiziano are good friends. Frank is also in Two Left Arms. What Have You Done, Daniel? You know, stuff like that. So they work together really well. There are some that are unreleased yet, like, well, the Transparent Woman director's cut. I also did, I guess I didn't bring them over here. I thought I had all of them. He also did Bloody Sin way back when and did a director's cut of that, which my voice is in. And you can visit him in the dirty basement. The Temptations.
Everybody.
That's great. But no, so Domiziano Cristoforo, Google him. He's got stuff on YouTube as well, all kinds of trailers. I am so honored. There's Bill Weeden. Hi, Bill. I love it. I love the ins and outs, the little things at the bottom of the screen. This is much more than I could hope. Oh, there we go. Sirloin and Dr. Zoomis and cheesecake. I didn't have any cheesecake prepared for the show today. I should have done. I know. I feel bad. I am sorry because people expect it.
I'm devastated and very surprised.
I know. I'm shocked. And some of you are out there going, Todd, what is your favorite horror movie?
Mine?
Okay. Well, what is yours, Bill?
Well, it depends on what you. Sometimes it's not characterized as a horror movie, but Psycho would definitely be my favorite if that's considered a horror movie. I'm not sure it is.
Our studded cast, and we are studded, folks.
I'm sorry.
The sex loon, Bill Weeden.
No, Psycho. Not
Psycho.
But Psycho, the Hitchcock Psycho.
You know, it's funny. The film, to me, because they gave it a rating. Now, when it first, they gave it an R rating, which to me, yeah. If you looked on the packaging and the DVD and the Blu-rays and all that, the MPA gave Psycho an R rating. Now, to me, it's just a PG. Well, back then it would have been a PG, no doubt, because of the 70s, that PG.
I guess so, yeah.
It, by today's standards, maybe a PG-13, but an R.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, to me, it's incredibly scary.
Yeah.
Even after seeing it like many times.
And Psycho 2, Richard Franklin's movie, I really like. I'm a Richard Franklin fan.
I got a problem with Psycho 2.
Okay.
Not that it's badly made or anything. It's pretty well made. The idea of killing off Lila like that is so inappropriate.
Well, I think that's probably why they did it, because you wouldn't expect that, and it was a shock.
Right. It was a shock. But given her character from the first movie, from Psycho, Vera Miles's character was a good person. And
don't you think she relished, though, getting killed in the way she did? I mean, she probably was like, yeah, let's do that, because you can't forget it.
No, you can't. And the way it's done. But they killed off Meg Tilly, and they killed off Robert Loggia, and they killed off everybody.
Well, at first I was like, oh, they've got some actual nudity in this one. But for me, I admire Tony Perkins doing what he did and directing Psycho 3, but I think Psycho 3 felt a bit more exploitive.
Was that where
the nun? It was with the nun.
Yeah.
And there was like a girl that got killed in a phone booth outside of the motel and stuff. It was a bit more sleazy. Jeff Fahey was in it as well. It was sleazy. It was exploitive. Do you have Psycho on Blu-ray, Todd? Yes, I do. I bought.
As far as real horror movies, as opposed to Psycho, which is not a I mean, it is. It's horrific, but it's not a horror.
It's more, to me, it's more psychological.
Yeah. The of real horror movies, my favorite is Black Christmas.
Yeah, the original.
The original, not the remake, which is
I've never the remakes. Fuck them. Just like Friday the 13th, My Bloody Valentine, they're tit fest. I know people hear me.
The original, just the casting alone. I mean, Andrea Martin from Second City TV.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of hers, even all the way up until when she was in the show Evil.
Andrea Martin, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, huge fan of her.
You keep freezing on me.
Oh, I am? Okay, because you glitch once in a while too, but I look fine. So it's up to the viewers. Are you know?
What? I'm sorry.
No, it's up to the viewers watching us to see if we're glitching. Because for me, I look fine, but you glitch once in a while, and you say I'm glitching.
All three of us like freeze. Everyone. Well, I don't. Freeze, but then
I have seen Jack freeze a little bit. Maybe it's just within the StreamYard thing.
It's a bad connection of some sort. Anyway, I love Black Christmas partly for the casting and partly just for the way it's directed.
It was different. It was not like nothing else out there, and that's what I look for now too.
And it was pre-Halloween and pre all that other stuff, you know.
Yeah, so, people say it was one of the early slashers, but you know, you had like Bava's Bay of Blood and some other movies that came out. Oh God, remember the Sally Field TV movie Home for the Holidays?
Oh, Home for the Holidays, you mean? Home for the Holidays with
it was Sally Field.
Had a whole
big cast.
Was an all-star cast.
It
was Sally Field and a couple of other big names in there.
That was and I mean, TV movies back then were astounding. As a kid, you know, and my parents, they didn't, you know, it was TV, so they figured it wasn't you know, anything to worry about. But it's stuff like that, you know, it was so different and ahead of its time. But for Psycho, that's a good one. And Jack or Cap, what would be yours?
What was your favorite, Jack?
Yeah.
As far as like horror movies go,
anything really,
Texas
whatever you.
Chainsaw or
the original
Texas Chainsaw. The original.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre with your good friend John.
Right. My good friend. I've never been able to get through Texas Chainsaw because it's so creepy. The
screaming. Just so
it's so bad.
It exhausts you.
It's so creepy. I can't. I'm not enough of a horror movie buff to be able to get through that stuff. It scares me too much.
And Texas Chainsaw had some
I will
gore,
see the whole thing someday, but I haven't been able to yet.
You got time. Oh, see, he froze there. See, to me, he's frozen right now. It's a good Oh, there you are. It was a good pose. You were frozen, but you looked good.
Yeah. As always, it's a good one. Texas Chainsaw, I've never been able to get through. I'll tell you, a movie that freaked me out. You ever see a movie called What's the Matter with Helen? Did you ever see that?
Shelley Winters and Debbie Reynolds.
The idea of Debbie Reynolds getting killed like that freaked me out.
James Garner. It was
not James Garner.
No.
Dennis Weaver.
There you go. I thought James Garner was in it for some reason.
No, Dennis Weaver.
That's right. Dennis Weaver. I had a huge crush on him. Was it McLeod?
You must have seen Duel then, right?
Duel, yes. I thought Dennis was he's always great. And what's the matter with Helen? I saw that as
that movie scared because the idea of Debbie Reynolds getting killed like that
and it was PG.
That's hilarious.
I know it. Well, look, Planet of the Apes, the original, still has a G rating.
Wow.
On the back, and you had lots of butts and violence and some cussing, and it was rated G because back then they meant general audience, you know. So that's why I miss those ratings because it was a grab bag. You never knew what you were getting in a PG movie. They could even drop an F-bomb. I have seen full frontal nudity. Yeah, in PG.
I saw a movie last night, which I'd never seen before. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Where Jason Segel has full frontal nudity with his.
It was rated R, but yeah. I remember that one. I think he liked doing that because
I'm sure he did.
It breaks his image.
He said that actual thing happened to him in real life. Yeah, he wrote that screenplay, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Wow.
That was the way he got dumped in real life. He was in the nude and his girlfriend dumped him. That is
fun fact.
So weird and awful.
Wow. Well, I gotta say, for mine, and get this, it is also a PG. I do adore, and Vinegar Syndrome just reissued Let's Scare Jessica to Death.
I've never liked that movie, but I love Zora Lampert. I love her.
Every time that thing aired on late night TV, I was there. It was.
I don't think it's that scary.
It's not, but it's creepy.
But I'm a huge fan of Zora Lampert, so I like it for that reason.
Well, she was good for that one. But mine, special place in my heart. I love Pino Donaggio's score, Tourist Trap.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck Connors.
Never seen that one.
And Tanya Roberts.
That's kind of movie. That movie scares me to watch. Motel Hell scares me to watch. I can't. These kind of movies I can't stand to watch.
Oh, Motel Hell, I gave it another chance recently, and I still felt the same way about it. Hi, Dolores. Look at her.
I have one for you.
Yes.
Trump's inauguration.
Oh my God.
We didn't see that one. I couldn't. That was worse than Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me.
Oh, you're laughing, Jake. That was a good one. Thank you. Oh, the precious moments we're having. Oh, that you win. Tourist Trap, the movie that opened up Joe Bob's comeback marathon. Okay.
Oh, really? No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, Tourist Trap is about a Motel Hell? Is that what it is?
No. Okay. So a bunch of young people, and come on, they're like in their mid-20s already at least.
Right, exactly.
Their Volkswagen thing breaks down on a remote road. They're going for a camping trip or something.
Right.
And the one guy goes off to try to get a tire fixed or something, and he gets killed. But they wind up, as they're walking, they come across Slauson's Oasis, which used to be like a Slauson's Oasis, which used to be like a roadside attraction.
Okay.
Chuck Connor's character made, I don't want to say wax figures. House of Wax copied the one with Paris Hilton, copied a lot off of this movie.
Right.
But he has a lot of what are basically mannequins in all over the place, and they're in this museum, and you can hit a switch and watch the mannequins move and stuff like that. And of course, there's more to what there seems to be going on. And of course, the Slauson which I wish I could open this up. It's difficult. There's an action figure of Mr. Slauson in this package too. He has a brother who, in a way, kind of reminds you of Leatherface. Let's just say there is admitted inspiration from Texas Chainsaw Massacre for this.
Or plagiarism, right?
Yeah, no, it was an homage because it's not the same at all. There's no cannibalism. But right. I don't want to say what can happen to people in this and why. And some may figure out the secret of who's who. But honestly, I don't care. I love this movie. It has its own thing. It was 1979. Like I said, Pino Donaggio, who's my favorite score composer. Amazing score for this. You're not going to really be scared. You might be creeped out, especially if you have a fear of mannequins.
How's Motel Hell?
Motel Hell, of course there was cannibalism in that, basically.
Yeah.
And I just felt that it couldn't maintain, it didn't kind of know what personality it or tone it had. There was just something kind of unengaging for me with it.
Was it a dark comedy? Was that sort of what it was supposed to be?
It was more of a comedy than a horror, but it also, and I know people are going to say, Todd, why are you always talking about tits? But Motel Hell was a tit fest, basically.
Was it a dark comedy? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. There were more.
I've always liked Rory Calhoun. So,
oh yeah, but it was interesting. I guess he wanted to do kind of what Chuck Connors was doing.
Right.
He wanted to start doing B-movie horror things, and that's great. But the movie to me just kind of, and it's also funny to see John Ratzenberger as one of the hippies in it. Cliff Clavin from Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, and he was the mailman, and he comes into where I work sometimes, so I get to.
Is he the guy? Is he the guy from Cheers?
Yes.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah. And but it overall, the movie, and people just cream over it like it's, for me, I think the reason people jump onto some of these movies and really say, because it's nostalgia, maybe. It's because I'll never watch the movie again. And I just thought, well, I'm going to give it a try because I first saw it when it first came out. I was in college, and I was like, oh. And then when I gave it another chance a couple months ago, and I was like, oh. So I'm sorry, Motel Hell fans. But Tourist Trap.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, now my personal favorite movie of all time is Static. Mark Romanek. He did 1 Hour Photo.
What's it of it?
Static. It has Keith Gordon and Amanda Plummer, like TV Static.
Static. I've never heard of it.
And then also, everyone, first nudie musical, Cindy Williams. You've got to see that.
Never seen.
All right. Well, I guess they're wrapping us up today.
They are.
There's lots more, definitely, for another time. So I got stocks of goods. So, oh my God, Bill, thank you so much for joining in.
Oh, my pleasure. I loved it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm so thrilled. And Dolores, even.
And Dolores, too.
Yay!
She's ready to
Jack and Chris.
Wait, where?
You got to give a thumbs up right in front of my face.
Oh.
There we
go. Yeah.
Do you do this a lot, Jack? Is this a regular podcast for you?
Every week
it is
we'll
for
be
him.
doing this at the same time, same channel.
Every week?
Yep.
I'm up for
Add me on as a guest, Jack.
I'm usually free on Sundays, so let me know if you want this again next week or another certain time. I'm happy to do it because I got way too much stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah. Always a pleasure.
All right. Well, I guess I don't have any fun music to top it off with. But
are you Captain Cartoon, Jack? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
I got it.
And I'll be looking for Ward.
Oh yeah.
I'll be looking for Ward. But
who?
Ward Fowler. He's in the bottom corner of the screen there. He's commenting and apparently we've both done sassy stuff in the past. Wink, wink.
With Ward Fowler.
Yeah, he's one of our watchers, and I this is amazing. I love to be able to I don't have people to hang out in a Denny's and do this with. You just jaw all the time. So I'm thrilled, and I want to also apologize a little because I know I bogarted it.
Oh, it's all good. It's the Todd Jaeger Experience.
Yeah, it is. It's the experience. This is what you get, folks. And I will tell everyone, whenever I'm here, just know I'm not wearing pants.
Oh.
There you go, Dr. Everybody get your Sirloin and Dr. Zumas t-shirt, your Hippie Dick t-shirt, coffee mugs from teepublic.com, TEE. And so I guess, how do we send it off. We just say thank you, everyone, and goodbye, and join us possibly next time.
Bye-bye.
Have a great